Man, what's up, everyone? It's your man, World Transit here. Uh, I'm back in the States, have been for some time. Haven't really thought about a plane. Lost someone real special to me this year earlier. So, man, just trying to put the pieces together. Uh, but, man, I wanted to get with you guys to push back on something that I saw last night. I've been really busy along with everything, and I just relocated to Texas, and so everything is just kind of moving pretty fast for me at the moment. But I saw something that I wanted to push back on a video that I saw surrounding the travel space. And I know a lot of guys, brothers in general, are getting off flights and everything, and you know, enjoying themselves. But so first, man, excuse me, man. It's about 7:30 a.m. I just got done with my morning walk. Um, you know, um, just trying to keep the body and the mind intact. Um, Man, you guys, if you can get that walk in the morning, it'll do wonders for you. I don't care who you are, man. If you can just get out, get about 1 or 2 miles in the morning, it'll tremendously help you out, man. Help your body out, help your mind out, and brothers in general, right, man? Because there's so much out here against us, man. So if you can do anything to get yourself in order and keep yourself, man, at maximum peak performance, I recommend you do it and reduce that sodium intake, man. I was just at the doctor, and I know I'm kind of veering off, but my numbers was good, man. And I noticed that I've been so busy, I haven't, been on eating the things that I normally eat, and man, just by happenstance, man, my sodium numbers was down, everything was down, man. So I'm feeling pretty good, but on top of that, I'm getting my morning walk in. So if you guys can do that, man, keep yourself in shape, man, and live long for the family and the loved ones around you, man. You guys need to do that. But yeah, reduce that sodium intake, though, for sure, man, because they don't tell you what's in this food. They just say, hey, come to Chick-fil-A. Every one of them be wrapped. That crack chicken, man, I bet it's loaded with sodium. People around here looking like the Michelin man, all plumped up. That's that sodium, man. Heart disease is a real thing. And I was talking to my doctor, and he was telling me that I think the WHO, World Health Organization, they say 2,000 milligrams of sodium a day is healthy for you. It's good for you. Don't exceed that. And then, the U.S., they always, we always kind of like beef things up. U.S. is like, man, 2,300 grams. But I say, if the doctors are saying that much, man, you got to cut that stuff in half and some, So I try to keep between 750 to 1,000 milligrams in my diet. And I try not to hit that, but that's my goal. So anyway, I don't want to talk about sodium and health and this, that, and the other, but I wanted to push back on something, right? So first, shout out to all the travel OGs, man. I'm watching your content. I got much love and respect for you guys. Anyone who's able to get on a plane and just drop themselves in a foreign country. Mad love and respect for you guys, man. Keep doing your thing. Specifically the OGs, you know who you are, man. I watch you guys go from continent to continent, country to country. I like your content. But huge shout out to the OG, man, that be dropping the jewels on financial, man. Financial energy, man, just helping you get your ducks in a row. And I mean, specifically Big Russ, man. I'm watching your content, bro, man. I really enjoy the jewels that you be dropping in terms of getting your dollars in order. I've always kind of been financially literate, but watching your content, man, it just made me reorganize some things in terms of trying to retire in Florida, where it's god-awful expensive. I'm looking at the foreign landscape, and honestly, man, the load gets a little lighter. You know what I mean? In terms of what you got to have, because the living expenses are dramatically reduced, living, outside the country. So, man, shout out to you, Russ, man, for dropping those jewels, man. Keep dropping them, man. I'm watching your content. I'm following you. It's definitely helping me. I'm actually doing something this year that is pretty aggressive, pretty aggressive. And I know I might get some memes for it, but man, you got to do what you got to do for real to be on point. Like the OG said, invest in your future self, man, so that you can be okay. But anyways, man, I wanted to push back on this subject though about black women, and I get the challenge, right? Because I've experienced it as well. There's a little edge you get when you're dealing with sisters. But specifically the way it came across, it sent the illusion that there's something wrong with melanin. And I'm not saying this or trying to do this reaction video to start anything, man. I just got mad love to you guys, man. But I just just want us to, hopefully we can keep the dialogue pure, right? And open too, right? Open, to discuss things like this. But there is nothing wrong with melanin. That's my statement, right? Because, we get a rap no matter where we are, what country, what continent, that there is just something wrong with us because we are darker, right? And it has nothing to do with the melanin. In fact, I could make a scientific case that the melanin is good, right? It lasts longer, it's genetically pure. Like, you could drop me on a continent at the age of 18 into a village, man, and I can literally change the genetic landscape of that village or that city if I'm that active, right? Because of the dominance, right? And I think really that's kind of like the threat, right? Because the threat is always with the one that's on top. It's the guy that's on the mountaintop, that's getting all the competition, right? Because he's on top. So I'm not trying to get into conspiracy theories that there's agendas, which I do think there are agendas, but, overall, I don't think there's just an agenda to demelanate the world, right? But, it's something that I think that needs to be preserved, right? Because of, its dominance in nature. But just because a person has melanin doesn't mean that equates to some type of behavior, right? And it kind of correlates to the thought process that, oh, you're unhealthier because you're melanin. No, it's because of what melanin people have to put in their body, right? I'm all around the city because of my job, and there's literally food deserts in certain parts of cities, right? So the only thing that you have access to is Dollar Generals, is Family Dollars. You don't have access to fresh produce, to fresh food, greens, and then you go to the other areas, the suburbs, and they walk out their door and there's just all types of healthy options. So if you put a person in that environment, then what choices do they have? So that's why the Latina race and the African American race or people of color, typically suffer from more metabolic diseases or syndromes, right? But it's not because they have melanin, right? So when you talk about this issue of, black women being a little bit more aggressive or they're just a little bit more edgy, yeah, I think it's that way because of apprehension, right? From a little girl, they're pretty much inundated with they're not good enough, your hair's not straight enough, you know, television, entertainment, so on and so forth, desires other races over you, and in most cases in their immediate family, they have to do better if they want better. Like, they don't really get that handout, right? So I think all of those experiences, and couple that with relationship with the male black man. Um, I don't know. It just all kind of could be a recipe for, whatever edginess you have, right? And it's not even just in America. Like, I mean, even in Colombia, or in other countries, you look and the fair skinned girls are chosen over the melon girls. Me, I like the curly, uh, Colombian Ray Don Chong hairstyle, man. Is beautiful. Coupled with the melon smooth skin, man. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world, but they're told that they're not good enough, and so you kind of get that, right? But I'm not here to diagnose, why they act the way they act or quantify their experiences, so on and so forth. But here's what I will tell you: it's not because they are melon. There's nothing wrong with melon. If I had it to do over again, I wouldn't come here white. I would come here the same complexion I am. Uh, so I wanted to push back on that, man, because we see that quite a bit, especially in America, that just because you're darker, there's an expected behavior, there's an expected health status, there's an expected outcome, right? And that's a narrative that I think we all need to change and not, attribute to. So here again, man, this is just open dialogue. Like I said, I got mad respect and love for you guys, man, because I see you doing your thing. I'm starting my travel journey, but it's slow because I travel with intention of meeting, a lifelong partner. So, but I'm not here to knock anything that anybody's doing. So shout out to you guys. But, if you have that platform, which I know a lot of you guys have, you got the followers. I just, um, hope that you guys keep it pure because I know you guys mean well. I watch your content. I know you mean well. I see what you're doing. I see the advice that you guys give. And, I appreciate it. And I know a lot of guys in my space appreciate it as well. But, I just wanted to push back on that. Again, that, just because a person is a melon, whether black, Latina, whatever, man, specifically black girls, right? Um, I don't think there's just anything innately wrong with them, right? Or they just innately are going to respond a certain way. I just, here again, think it's just because of the circumstances that make up that individual. In fact, you know what? I'm going to tell you something, man. Brody don't get love from the black girls here in the States, like I do in foreign countries. I don't know what the deal is. I don't think it's because they're melon, though. I just think it's because of the day and time where we live in with appreciating gestures and what you could do over appreciating a man. And so, man, I mean, within the past 3 months, to give you an example, man, I cold approached, I say about three girls, man, 3 black girls, well put together sisters. I mean, and, they dropped the digits. I'm not Casanova, but I'm by no means Igor. But yeah, so they dropped the digits, man, and, you get 1 or 2 texts. And then it's over, man. It's like, dang, I couldn't even get a coffee date. But I don't think that's, because they're melon. One was like really dark, like that dark, beautiful, flawless, dark skin. But she was just so beautiful, man. I had to talk to her. We texted for a little bit, man. We had plans to get coffee, but it just didn't work out. And trying to break the ice, but it didn't work, so I just kept it moving, man. And then another girl, she was light-skinned, fairer skinned, she wasn't a red bone, but just, the light-skinned, typical black girl that you would meet, right? Really pretty, we talked. She was a property manager, and, we texted a couple times, and it go nowhere, She just fell off the face of the earth. So, hey, we keep it moving, right? And then the last girl, um, I actually worked with her, and she was in my part of the building during some training. And I saw her, man. She saw me. It was like a mutual eye contact, and we both giggled, man. And we were just like, what, And so we exchanged numbers. We talked a bit, and I told her I wanted to, meet with her to grab some coffee or something, and her response was in due time. I was like, okay. But that's just the flakiness I guess you get here. I don't know why, man. I haven't figured it out. I haven't really figured out what was going on here yet. But I just don't get that type of reception when I'm outside the country, man. I mean, I have to be careful outside the country not to make eye contact. I have to be really diligent with my actions so that, you know what I mean, I don't get unwanted attention. But I don't want to go off into too much more of that. But yeah, so just wanted to push back, man. Drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts is, man. Like I say, man, I don't think there's anything innately wrong with the sisters, man, specifically the black women. Again, I just think it's those experiences, right? That and just again a lifelong walk of being inundated with you're slightly not enough. You know what I mean? You're just slightly miss the mark. And so let me know what you think, man. I'm gonna be traveling here soon, and I'm gonna be dropping some more videos. But I don't ever want to travel, you know, and neglect, my responsibilities. Because I'm not really that shored up here yet in the States. And then I got a little girl, bless her heart, she's 18, she's studying medicine. Got to keep my eye on her, right, man. I can't be in a foreign country and not knowing what she's doing. So, and she's dating now, so got to keep her on point, man. And so life's just really, it's a deal, man. You got to manage it, and you got to be systematic about managing it. So I'm going to be traveling soon and dropping some more videos. But I just wanted to get with you guys, man. Share this. I haven't dropped a video in a while. Like I said, I had a lot going on. But let me know your thoughts on this, man. Drop a comment, man. And lastly, again, no disrespect to anybody, man. I know you guys mean super well in everything that you're doing. But I just kind of wanted to push back on that just a tad bit, right? Because I don't want, the message to get lost in translation, if that makes any sense. Because, sisters are good, man. Black girls are good. My mother was a black woman. And, man, she had to raise three boys and one girl, my sister. And so if you would have met her, man, I'm telling you, you would have been like, yeah, she is aggressive, but she had to be, man, because when you got 4 kids, and she didn't want to stay on the system, man. She got off the system. She utilized it when she needed it, right? But she's like, I'm not settling for this. I'm getting off this system. She got her a job, man, and she worked. And she did her 20 years. She retired, and, God bless her heart, man, and bless her soul. But, yeah, if you would have met her, bro, like, you would have been like, hey, because there was times I'd be like, dang, ma. So, but yeah, man, shout out to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm watching from a distance, enjoying your content. And stay healthy, man. Stay focused. Peace. Much love.